welcome to this edition of Honor Belmont. My name is Suzzanne Cromwell, and I'm the host of the show. We'd like to welcome you today. I have as my guest today Mrs. Florence Cooperstein, who is here to tell us all about a wonderful event that's happening at the Belmont High School Cafe. It is the fourth great reunion for the parents of Belmont School alumni, and this is a wonderful event that Florence and her committee put together every couple of years. And we're going to talk all about it because we want to encourage everyone who are parents of Belmont High School alumni to come out and enjoy this wonderful evening. So welcome, Florence. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. What a pleasure.
Tell me all about how wonderful this event is, and tell me what people can expect when they go and see all of these great friends.
The idea is that people in Belmont that loved having their children come to Belmont High School and did so much for their children, basketball, baseball, soccer, drama, for 4 years, and then it was over. We didn't get to see these people at all of these events. Mm-hmm. So we thought it would be a nice idea to have people come and talk about their children, talk about themselves, and hear from the principal, Michael Harvey, what great things are going on here now. And we have a little entertainment with a jazz combo from the school, which should be good.
So these are school students?
Oh, yes.
That's wonderful.
Very talented people that we have here. Mm-hmm. And just listening and knowing that they're getting the education and the experience of this whole picture. There are not many reunions for parents. You know, in college you have a reunion, it's for your class.
That's right. This is the first I've ever heard of something like this, and it's wonderful because you do form wonderful bonds with each other when you see your kids, you know, at, like you said, at games and activities. And like you said, graduation comes and people lose touch.
Or you hear about, you know, the people, or you drive by and wave to people, but you don't have the opportunity to sit down and have some delicious hors d'oeuvres and some wonderful desserts and even drinks, non-alcoholic, of course. But we'll be there ready to help everyone have a wonderful time. We'll have name tags with the person's name and then a list of the children and the years that they graduated right there.
Oh,
so
that's
when people
wonderful.
come in, they don't have to say, who was that person? I knew her 10 years ago.
Makes it really easy to approach someone that you may remember or not,
exactly.
and you can see exactly the connection that you may have had to them.
Yes.
Now, when did this get started? When was the first?
Well, I have some notes from a very efficient secretary that we had, and it was just wonderful to come across it. I'm a keeper of things. I don't throw things out. But Lois Farrell was the secretary of this event, and the date on it is November 16th, 2001. So where has the time gone?
Wow, 7 years later.
Exactly. 7 years later, we're still trying to get people in Belmont to be friendly with each other, especially since they all have a common bond.
And do you know whose idea it might have been?
Well, the three of us got together and talked about it, and then it just evolved from there. And the first time was very, very exciting and unusual, and then eventually the people that wanted to come came, and then new people came, and I just hope that we reach everyone in town that's eligible to come. I'd like to say everyone in the town's invited, but the criteria is you have to be a parent that had children that graduated from Belmont High.
And so you obviously had children.
Oh, yes, I had a little to do with it because I felt I had 7 children that went to Belmont High School.
Wow.
And we don't do any commercials here.
No,
but you know
no,
who.
we're not. Yep.
But
one of Florence's sons is actually a very well-known person. But
all right.
Well-known person in Boston.
Right. So that, as I say, when people know you, that's fine, but when people have one child, that's wonderful. You're invited. It's not the numbers. This is not a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser. It's an evening that we can get together and just talk about the kids or talk about ourselves or listen to what's going on and really have a nice time. So the only way we can do this is by telling you about it now, by sending out, or if you could look at your old telephone bill from March, on the last page of the Watts flyer, there is the form.
Yeah, very, very kindly that was included in there.
Right, it was very,
it may not be enough, so,
right, to Tim and Christine, usually we sent out one of these that's much more eye-catching in orange and yellows, but didn't work this time because of some event at the library. That was a wonderful event, but we're sort of all together in our town trying to make everyone happy and get to some events that will do good for the town.
So let's just get right down to the dates. So the actual event, this is the 4th grade reunion for the parents of Belmont High School alumni. So it will be Saturday, April 12th, correct?
Terrific.
And it's 6:30 to 10.
6:30 to 10, not too late, not too early,
Nope.
and it's right here
And it's
in
not
Belmont.
a school night, which is good.
Right, and you don't have to drive miles or
And
go to
your
a
kids
hotel.
are grown already, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully. Kids are grown.
But
No
it's funny,
babysitters.
I said to Steve, would you like to drop in? You know, any of our children are welcome to drop in, but the whole event is for the parents.
And we do have a date that you wanted to let folks know about
Yes.
as far as a deadline to
Yes.
sign up to RSVP.
Yes, and that's the 7th of April, and if you will see on the flyer or on the posters or on the paraphernalia that's going through this wonderful Channel 8 and 96, it's mail your check made out to the BHS PA, that's Parents Alumni, to Lorraine Woodrow at 51 Hill Road in Belmont. And then on this, we have all the information so that we can have the name tags ready for you when you come with your name, address, the children's names, and dates. So these are all and we have a caterer that's just super, and
So
as I say,
these forms are very important. So
Yes.
I know we're going to put up some contact numbers.
Yes.
We have a couple of phone numbers that people can call if they want to get
Yes.
the form.
Mhm.
We'll put those up, 489-0867 and 993-5900.
Perfect.
I know that we will show that, and it's a $25
Yes.
ticket price,
Yes.
which will cover your entertainment and
Yes.
everything.
And food.
And, Florence, we only have a couple of seconds.
All right.
But what I want to say is thank you so much for being here. And I
Wow.
know that we will help get the word out to everyone.
Do appreciate it. I really do. We have 10 people on the committee whose names I won't tell you who they are, but come and see these
They've worked
wonderful.
really hard on it, I'm
Everyone
sure.
has picked up the ball and run with it and done their thing in their own way, and I'm so grateful. And if you see the ad on Channel 8, please know that we have wonderful people at Channel 8 that help us in the
you can contact
town.
the media center as well.
Exactly.
And, this is for the 4th grade reunion for the parents of Belmont High School alumni, and it's happening Saturday, April 12th from 6:30 to 10. And my guest was Florence Cooperstein, who is helping to get the event up and going. So please contact the station or contact these numbers, and do invite other parents that you might know of who would enjoy this event. Thank you, Florence.
My pleasure.
Thanks for
really.
being here.
Oh, I'm so delighted, really, and you do a great job. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And we're actually going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with another guest.
Hi, I'm Steve Rosales, Belmont resident and longtime host of Talk of the Town, produced right here at the Belmont Media Center. Working here at the Media Center and producing quality television is easy and it's fun to do. So if you're a Belmont resident or work in Belmont and want to get involved, come on down, either in front of the camera or you can work behind the camera as an operator, as a director, as a producer, set designer, whatever you like. There's a job for you here at the Belmont Media Center. So stop watching TV, come on down and start making some TV.
I'm Chinese.
I am Russian.
I am East African.
I'm Canadian.
I am Filipina.
I am Irish.
I am Bulgarian.
Korean.
I am American.
I am Brazilian.
Italian.
Mexican. I'm British.
Swedish.
French.
I'm Israeli.
Mongolian. I'm South African.
Japanese.
We are mankind.
Welcome back from our break. This is Honor Belmont. You're watching a segment today, and this is the second half. Welcome back. And my guest for right now, for the second half of our show, is Suzana Bucciarelli. And Suzana is actually a Belmont resident who is running the Boston Marathon coming up in April for the Dana-Farber Marathon Challenge. And she's actually going to tell us today what inspires her to run and what has inspired her to run. She has a really, really fabulous story. story. And we would like to support Susanna, actually, because she's looking for sponsorship for the run. But first, let's hear from Susanna, and let's hear what her story is. Susanna, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You're
Glad
very
to be here.
You're very welcome. So tell us, running the Boston Marathon is no small feat, and I know that you haven't had a lot of marathons in your past. Tell us the story of what inspired you.
I started in the summer when I went to Brazil, which I do every summer. I'm from Brazil originally. And my cousin was very ill and he passed away. So when I came back, I said, I have to do something. I can't just let this go. And I looked on the internet, and I saw that Dana-Farber raises money for cancer research. And I said, that's what I'm going to do. So I applied, and I was denied to be on the team because it was too late. So they said, if you qualify for Boston, you can run for us, because then you guarantee an entry.
You guaranteed, exactly.
So you don't. So I had to hurry up and train for a marathon. I found Cape Cod Marathon, and I trained for 2 months, and I qualified just by a few seconds.
Wow. When was that? When was that marathon?
That was November 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And had you done any running before that at all?
I did my first marathon in '99,
Uh-huh.
and then I hadn't run ever since.
Oh my gosh.
And
wow.
so.
Where was that marathon at? 1999.
In New York.
In
New York City.
Okay.
And
Yep.
that was started as a joke with my brothers and I, and we all ran without training, and we finished. So.
Oh my gosh.
So in honor of my cousin, I was on the team, and I had to raise money, and so I made a difference, because part of the team, that's how they get their money to do the research. And last year, I was a BU full-time student in the photography department, and I did a story on Dana-Farber. And in one of the long runs, the speech was about the announcement that Maddie, one of the kids that was going to Dana-Farber, passed away.
Oh, wow.
And so I knew, again, I had to
It
go back
was
on the team. And
almost
do this.
like another sign.
Yes. And so I, again, called Dana-Farber, and they said, no, you have to qualify. So
Oh, no.
I said, I have to run another marathon. And I looked around, and there was one in Palm Beach.
Oh, nice.
So I trained, and I flew to Palm Beach, and I qualified again. And here I am.
So you do have some marathons in your back pocket. I was afraid that you hadn't. But
Yeah, this will be my 5th marathon. I did one in '99, and then I've done one each year for the past 3 years.
That's wonderful. Now I do know that we're going to be bringing up some images of your cousin and of your family, and we have a website up right now actually for the Dana-Farber Marathon Challenge, and the website is really fabulous. And really what we want to let folks know here, you live in Belmont.
I do.
And we want to let folks know that you're welcoming contributions towards your race.
Yes. The only way, the reason we participate in Dana-Farber is to raise money. So it's my job to go out there and ask people to donate for my run, for Dana-Farber, and all the money goes directly to them. And my goal is 9,000. I'm still at 2,430, which is a long way to go. And if I scroll up, you can see 23 days left.
There's a countdown on the website.
Yes, 23 hours. So this is a race. This has been the hardest part of my training, is to fundraise.
Is to fundraise.
And I think
Are you going to have any sort of fundraising activities, maybe?
I'm not this
planned, or
time.
Not this time.
No.
So you're really relying on word of mouth.
I am.
And for
Yeah.
folks to just know about you and about your run.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think the website's probably a really great place to steer people, because I've actually donated myself towards several things, and it's very easy to donate towards these charities. They make it very easy. You can donate right online, and I believe, and the tabulations are very current.
And if you go on the site and click here, you can see the reason for. It has a whole reason why.
Now, how old was your cousin when he passed?
He was 41. He was my age I am today.
So
it's very.
That's
meaningful.
another very, very wonderful coincidence, and another inspirational coincidence for you to be running.
That's right.
So you
Yeah.
started running approximately 5 years ago. So
Yeah, my first marathon was '99, which doesn't count, but I started training for marathons 4 years ago.
Okay, so it's been a few years and a few marathons, few and far between, but the fact that your cousin passed away at 41 and you're 41.
I'm 41, so
and
it's
you're-
very meaningful to
It's
me.
very meaningful, yep.
So
What does your family think of? I'm
Uh,
sure they're very supportive, but
They're
what do
very supportive. The long run, it affects my family a lot because I go on long runs on the weekends, and that's my cousin.
that's your cousin.
My
Zé.
cousin. Zé.
Zé.
My cousin Zé. This is the week that he passed away. I was there, and I was very fortunate to be with him and say goodbye. And he was a runner himself, and he did run marathons.
Did he in Brazil?
Yes, and
That's fabulous.
and we ran quite a few times together. So it means a lot to me to be doing this for him.
And your family, I do know that marathon training, I have friends it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication. And I think you and I were speaking on the phone recently, and I was telling you, this weather, the crazy winter weather, it doesn't matter the winter weather.
No.
You're out there and
You
you're
have a
running.
schedule, you look at it, and
Yep.
it's 15 miles, you put your shoes on, and you go, regardless if it's the blizzard or if it's not the blizzard.
Now, the Dana-Farber Marathon Challenge, is it every year for every... Is
yes.
it every Boston Marathon?
Yeah, they have I think it's about 500 people that run for them to raise money.
Mm-hmm.
And every year, the goal this year is $4.5 million. And usually we reach the goal. So it's a lot of hard work going out and fundraising.
But it must feel wonderful to be out there and know that you're running for such a good cause.
It's very inspiring. Everyone that's on the team has a connection to cancer, and it's very personal.
Mm-hmm.
And so on the group run, we're all talking about, how the family member is doing, people that passed away, and
Yeah.
it just keeps you going because there's a meaning out behind all that. It's not just the
It's
pure
not
running.
just right. It's not just the physical endurance part of it. It means something beyond yourself, beyond your own goal, which is really nice.
And you end up connecting with the suffering because, to run all those miles is not an easy thing to do. So it's not comparing to cancer. It's not the same kind of suffering, but, you're putting yourself, you're connecting to those patients through all that effort that you put in. And it's quite a beautiful thing.
Well, that's really wonderful, and your story is really, really inspiring. It's inspiring to me, and I'm sure it will be to everyone.
Thank you.
And we just want to be sure to steer everyone to the website, and we'll be showing that website contact information during the program, during the segment. So please, if you would like to help Suzana reach her personal goal and to also continue to support the Dana-Farber Marathon Challenge, even as she surpasses her goal, donations are always welcome. And Suzana's a local resident, and she's doing this for just a wonderful, wonderful cause. So I'd like to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So please check out the website, and please donate generously to Suzana Bucciarelli's Dana-Farber Marathon Challenge for this year's Boston Marathon. And thank you very much for watching our show today. We do appreciate your viewership, and if you happen to have any comments or questions or want to submit any show ideas, please always feel free to contact the Media Center. We do welcome your comments and suggestions and ideas. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.